Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name's Richard Lewis Brown, and I'm a public servant for the state of California. I work for the California Debt and Investment Advisory Commission. I'm a proud American, and I'm really excited this morning. I believe we're halfway through the year. Today is June 15th, 2021. And as you know, with the support of 2,637 people, I won an election, the Local 1000 election for president. And I thank my voters from the bottom of my heart. Excuse me. And, since we're halfway through the year, normally every year in my life, halfway through the year, I look and say, okay, what have I been able to accomplish this year? And then what can I accomplish for the rest of the year? And today, is an amazing day, because with the help of 2,637 voters, I was able to do, or should I say we were able to do, the incredible against all the odds that was stacked against us. We never lost faith. We didn't stop believing, and we won an election. Now, I know right now there's a protest period, and they're doing everything they can to prevent me from swearing in. And, we can expect that. As you can see, normally when you have new leaders, there's a peaceful transfer of power in this great country. Normally. But in our case with Local 1000, it appears that it will not be a peaceful transfer of power. And I have not heard from the current president about coming over early, meeting the staff. I'm being told how incredible Margarita Maldonado, the chief of staff, is. So I look forward to working with her. And, I'm looking forward to meeting the rest of the staff, because without the staff of Local 1000, we wouldn't have any service. We wouldn't be able to help our represented employees. And so it's very, very important that at some point, by the grace of God, if I'm able to pass these protests, because these false charges of me trying to buy votes, that's simply a lie. I didn't try to buy anyone's vote. I was trying to help people, because people are living paycheck to paycheck. Good morning, LaMonica. And, no one accepted me on my offer anyway. But even if they had, I wasn't trying to buy votes. I never told someone they had to vote for me. And as far as the elections conduct was concerned, I never took down my post. I stood by what I said. And even though people may have had a problem with that, in this country, when you compete, things can get very, very interesting. That's why it's called a capitalist country. Anyway, like I said, today is in the middle of the year, June 15th. And so when I look back from the beginning of the year up to now, and all the peaks and the valleys I've gone through, I have to simply say to the people who voted for me, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're not done yet. We're not going to lose hope. We're going to beat this protest. And hopefully, eventually, the Local 1000 president, the incumbent, she'll eventually call me and say, okay, Richard, you won the election. We're going to do the swearing in on either the 26th or the 27th of June. I'll provide you a Zoom link so you can tell all your supporters that they can attend the Zoom link and there won't be any problem with them witnessing it. I know some people want me to go down and do it in person, because a lot of my supporters want to come down in person. So I still don't know if that's possible yet. It's ironic that, I'm looking back at half this year, and today is the day that the state is supposed to open back up. So it's so funny that on this day, June 15th, when I, do my annual reflections on my life, on this day, the state is also opening back up. And I think that's, fantastic. I've been taking a lot of calls about this peaceful transfer of power. And as you know, there are people on Facebook who are coming after me, And you know what? They should. Because they're scared, because they know that I tell the truth and that I'm not just saying things, that I mean what I say and I say what I mean. So they're attacking me on Facebook. Now, a lot of these people are very close to our Local 1000 president. So when people talk about the peaceful transfer of power, you have to start at the top. So when you see people on Facebook coming at me with everything they have, and they're intense, I call that incurable intensity, to attack me, the Local 1000 president could simply end all that. All she has to do is contact those people and say, hey, listen, Richard won. His name is Richard Lewis Brown. He won. He didn't quit. He kept fighting, and he kept fighting from 2012 all the way up to now. You need to respect his victory, and you need to support him in his 10-point platform. She could squash all of this, but she's not going to. So, but you know what? This is a free country. So people don't have to follow you just because you win an election. They can keep fighting you, and they can keep, dividing the union. Our union is really divided 3 different ways. The Yvonne people, the MTC, Unite Members for Change people, and then the people who support me. And so when people are asking me to build alliances, and I said, yes, I want to build alliances. But you can clearly see over the last few weeks with all these attacks, starting with the police that came to my house on May 25th at 5 o'clock in the morning, all these attacks have increased on me. So what you're seeing is Richard will not be able to build alliances. And I want to say this to you on June 15th, 2021. When you see people attacking me on Facebook, don't really focus so much on them. You should focus on the people who aren't saying anything. You should focus on the people who are just sitting back and being quiet. And they're not coming to protect me. This is really, it's very clear that I'm on an island by myself. And the 2,637 people who believed in me, they're watching. And they're calling me saying, Richard, we don't see people defending you a lot on Facebook. You're not going to. Because some of my supporters are very loud and in your face, but others are very quiet. But it's the people who claim that they want change. They're sitting back just watching. How many people know how their DLC president really feels about me? When have you heard these DLC presidents say, we're going to support Richard in his 10-point platform? He won the election. He has the will of the people. You're not going to hear them say that. And so you say, well, how can Richard get anything done? I have a method to get things done. But I'm not revealing my whole strategy because I'd be stupid to do that. These people are against me, and they're against my 10-point platform. They don't want to pass it. They don't want anything to do with it. And so when people say, I have to build alliances, the question is, those people need to build alliances with me. But they don't see it like that. Everybody who won these different offices, have you heard them come out and say, we stand with Richard Lewis Brown? We stand by his 10-point platform. My 10-point platform is my contract to you, the people who voted for me. So when they say I have to build alliances with these people, no, they need to build alliances with me. See, my voters put me in this position of power and influence. Good morning, Gina. I see you, Melissa. I see you, Cullen, Robert as well. These other people did not put me in this position. And this is why they're doing everything they can to keep me from swearing in. And then there's the conspiracy, which is actually accurate. It's not just a conspiracy, it's the truth. Once I get sworn in, they want to remove me from office. So this idea of building alliances, it's just an idea. You can't build alliances with people who don't believe in you, who want you eliminated. And again, I keep saying, all these attacks that I'm going through, when have you seen anybody come on here and say, leave Richard alone, Richard got elected, and these people are in a position of leadership? When have you seen that? You haven't. They're sitting back just being quiet, but they don't think that I know what's going on. But I do know what's going on. And I know these people are conspiring against me. So when people say, Richard, you have to build alliances, you're already seeing this on Facebook. At least they're being transparent about it. Some of them are working in secret behind the scenes. But I know what they're doing too. So today on June 15th, about the peaceful transfer of power and me being able to succeed against these protests, all of this is going to come out. All this is going to come out in the open. And that's why, when I talk to the news media and they're asking me these detailed questions, I give them the information because I don't have anything to hide. And when these people try to question my integrity about the police coming to my house, that person who made that anonymous call, it's a funny thing because at 5 o'clock in the morning, the address on my house is clearly visible. And I've never said this before, but every time I do a video, I always try to give you a little extra. My address, 3225, is clearly visible on my house at 5 o'clock in the morning. You didn't know that. Because sometimes I just don't tell you everything right away. But I'm telling you this today on June 15th. Because I'm reflecting on everything I've accomplished this year with your help. And I know it's been tough. But the year is not over with. And so we have the rest of the year to go. We have a lot to get done. And like I said, today, California supposedly is reopening up the state on June 15th. I want you guys to understand something, guys and girls. In order for Local 1000 to be the #1 union on earth, we have to open up for the first time, which means we have to let everyone vote. We have to let everyone become job stewards, okay? Whether they pay money or not. Because, by the contract, we have to represent these people. And that's why you don't ever hear me say members. You hear all these leaders keep telling you about our members, our members, our members. You don't hear me say that. I say represented employees, because we have to get everyone to become a dues-paying member so we can create a massive strike fund. But every time I do a video, they take my words and they try to spin it around and say that, I'm trying to destroy the union. I'm just going to let anybody vote. These are just lies. And they've been lying on me and lying on me. But I'm going to keep saying these things. We need everyone to be a dues-paying member. We have to create a strike fund. We have people living paycheck to paycheck. Some people are actually homeless, represented by our union. And they're too embarrassed to acknowledge it. And I don't blame them, because you should not be homeless and be part of a union. You should be getting a substantial pay increase on every contract. But that has never happened. It has never happened. And it won't happen as long as you keep putting all your faith, listen to why I said this, putting your faith in these politicians. You put your faith in a higher power, okay? That's where you put your faith at. And you don't have to worry about, here's the great thing about me. You don't have to worry about trusting me, because I'm very outspoken. What I do out right in front of you. And you can criticize my behavior right on video. Right on video. And remember what I said, because a lot of times people try to say that Richard's going to be a dictator, because you have a person in office who's a black woman who comes across like a dictator, whether it's for the right things or for the wrong things. And here I am coming behind her, and I'm a black man. And so they try to do that comparison, because I'm very outspoken and I have a dominating personality. If you look at my campaign brochure, it tells you on the inside cover, on my notarized letter, that I will only serve 2 terms. If I can even get sworn into my first term. I'm only going to do 2 terms, and then I'm done. You don't have to worry about me getting in power and staying there 13 straight years. You don't have to worry about that. But see, what they're trying to do with this peaceful transfer of power, that they don't want to do a peaceful transfer of power, is trying to discredit me on every single word that I say. And they're watching me right now, or they'll watch it here in a little bit, and then they'll run back and say, okay, how can we twist the words around? That notarized letter on my inside cover of my 2018 beautiful campaign brochure, it tells you I'm only going to do 2 terms. And I'm not going to accept the salary stipend. You know what? You wait till day 1, and you'll hear me say the same thing all over again, hopefully as your new Local 1000 president. And, as far as the salary stipends are concerned, someone said, well, are you really serious about that, Richard? With this transfer of power that they don't want to give you, you're not going to take that money after what they're putting you through? You're not going to take that extra money? I mean, some people are saying, the hell they're putting you through, Richard, you better take that money, for some peace and relaxation. I don't break my contract. I will not take the money. The new VP, 2 of the new VPs said that they were not going to take the salary stipend. That's what they campaigned on, the MTC, Unite Members for Change. They said they weren't going to take the salary stipend. Well, they don't have to worry about it, because I'm not going to sign for them to take the money. And on day 1, if I don't talk about it, somebody better light me up. And I know my supporters will. They want it in writing that the VPs are not getting that salary stipend. There's no problem with me. Everybody knows that about me. It's not a big deal. I mean, I'm not taking the money. They're not going to take the money. I'm not going to sign for them to take that money. But that 10-point platform is my contract to you. And so with this transfer of power that they don't want to give to me, they're trying to make me break on my contract. And if they can make me break, then they feel like, well, maybe we can let them come on in. See, there's a lot of things at play that you're not seeing that's going on behind the scenes. They are trying to break me on that contract. And that #1 thing is the politics. That's why it's #1. That's why it's platform point 1, after reducing the dues in half. Just like our union has never enforced this contract since I've been, quote, part of this union, they are trying to make me break my contract the way they have, quote, broken our contract over the years. We should have never lost 2 days of POP this year, for this last fiscal year, and you know that. We should have never lost money anytime while under a signed contract. What kind of contracts are we signing? But they take my words and they spin them around, and they think that this man from Missouri is too stupid to see this. I would tell people in America, before you run at me, you better do your history. You better do your homework. See, you people in California and Texas and all the Southwest and the West, you realize that there would be no West without the man from Missouri. And you say, what do you mean by that? That man was called Mr. Austin and his family that moved to Texas years ago. Okay? And they had that great war. And then they had another war for the West, because Texas and California is worth the fight. But it wouldn't have happened. It wasn't from the man from Missouri. And the same for the Civil War. It was that Dred C. Scott case that happened in St. Louis, Missouri, that caused that great war. But these people think that I'm not smart. You're making a grave mistake. And when I do these professional videos, these very calm, well-dignified videos, you better listen to every word that I'm saying, because I'm not playing with you. When I do those emotional, dramatic videos, and they think, oh, he's mad and he's out of control. Look at him. How do you know that I'm really mad? Because I'll tell you I'm not mad, I'm passionate. How do you know what I'm really doing? How do you really know? And when they tell you that I'm working with the Freedom Foundation and all that, which is an absolute lie, they're giving you all the evidence that you need to know that there won't be a peaceful transfer of power and that I can't trust anyone. When have these newly elected DLC presidents come out and said, we got Richard's back. We're going to get that 10-point platform passed because we know it's the right thing to do, establishing 2 term limits for all elected positions. So you don't keep seeing the same faces over and over again. And that we're going to allow everyone to vote. And we're going to get people to become dues-paying members. And anybody, and I want you to hear me this on June 15th, anybody that wants to be a job steward, that was a former job steward, what are you waiting on? You better contact me with your information. What are you waiting on? And anybody who's been an activist, who's been protecting people in the workplace in our union, what are you waiting on? Do you think that I'm bluffing? I am not bluffing with you. You call me out, I'm going to call you right back. Okay? If I can't call you back within a day or two, as someone said, they did something on Facebook to get my attention. They did. And we had a great conversation last night. And we're going to talk some more because she had some more questions to ask me. I am not playing. And this is why they don't want to have a peaceful transfer of power. Because they know that I'm a man of integrity. And they can't break me or bend me. And I will not break on my 10-point platform. I don't care what they say. And when they say, well, Richard, once you're sworn in, you're representing over 96,000 people. You're right. But 96,000 people didn't put me in office. 2,637 people put me in this position. I answer to them first. People don't want to hear that. Well, you're going to hear it because it's the truth. Richard won't be going on TV without 2,637 voters who believed in me, who put up with my mouth, my good days, and my bad days throughout all of my campaign that started on June 30th, 2018. These people have watched me over the years, and they have learned to trust me and believe in me because I've stayed consistent. And ask any person, and this is a special shout out to certain people. Ask any people about relationships, about honesty, trust, communication, consistency. They know what I'm saying. They've been watching me, and I've been consistent. And they've been able to observe my behavior. And I've acknowledged that sometimes, hey, I'm having bad days. And other days, I'm having great days. But today, in the middle of the year, I'm doing a reflection on this day, June 15th. We're going to get through this together. And as soon as I find out, hopefully in writing, perseverance, absolutely, that I've been able, or should I say we've been able to have our voice heard and not silenced. And once these DLC presidents, all of them, all 51 of them, once they say they're going to support me in this 10-point platform and we're going to get this done, you're going to see our union unify. But as long as these people continue to assault me and attack me and not believe in the things that got me voted in, then we're going to have problems in Local 1000. But this time, it's going to be out for the whole world to see about how a public sector union in the state of California, the #1 public sector union in the #1 state in America, about all the corruption, nepotism, favoritism, and all the things from the past that's gone unnoticed out in the open. It's going to come all out. It's going to come all out. And what you're going to see is these people who smile in your faces that tell you that, you know, we have to be involved in politics and politics matters and these politicians are our bosses and that we got to change things. You know, all of the truth is going to come out on these people. I guarantee you this. Stick with me and keep following me. And when I do these videos, I don't want you to think it's just representative employees of Local 1000 who's watching me. Yeah, this whole state is watching what I'm saying. And they're petrified because the politicians know that I'm not playing with them. And International in DC, they know I'm not playing with them either. And so this is, quote, a concerted effort to destroy me. Let me tell you something. My ancestors came to this country and you couldn't break us. You could not break our spirit or our determination or our perseverance or our integrity or our dignity. You could not break us. And I'm a descendant of that trip. Okay? You're never going to break me. You're never going to manipulate me. You can try all that you want, and you can attack me on Facebook, on my YouTube channel, Richard Lewis Brown. You know, you'll see people commenting on my YouTube channel. You can go to my website, Create Excellence 7437. You can go on Twitter. You can attack me from every direction. Keep attacking me. I'm going to keep fighting you over and over and over again. And I tell you this on the 15th of June. And, you know, I've been doing this fight in my life. Oh, gosh. I can go back as far as, oh, man. I've been a fighter my whole life. I want to go back to at least, I would say, 69? I can go back that far. Yeah, I can go back to 1969. That I've been fighting and fighting and fighting for what is right. You don't know it yet, but mark my word, through the grace of God, you will. And if you believe in the golden rule of treating others the way you want to be treated, you will have no problem with me. But I'm going to have to air out these people and their dirty laundry. I'm going to air them out. They don't know yet. And they're working to prevent this peaceful transfer of power. This will happen. We're going to continue to contact the news media. We're going to continue to call Local 1000 and tell them, let the voice be heard. And I'm going to end this video this morning on June 15th, 2021 by telling you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if I've offended you, I've asked you to please forgive me. So let's move forward. Let's put the past behind us. But we have to learn from the past. And if you will trust me and give me a chance, I'm going to get you that money. I'm going to get you that money. I'm going to get you that money. Okay, today is June 15th, 2021. Thank you for your time and make it a great day in the state of California. Thank you so much. Have a great day.